Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this episode I bought a 2013 Fiat 500 1.2 lounge for £900 plus fees plus delivery, totaling £1,284.50. Upon delivery I give it a quick inspection just to highlight any issues I need to address, the rear bumper being one of the main issues as it does have a few scuffs, cracks to the rear and the two-eye covers missing as well. Also, the boot wasn't opening at the time I got the car. All four centre wheel caps were also missing as well, a common theme I find with these little Fiat 500s. Otherwise, the exterior isn't in bad shape whatsoever. As you can see, it has plenty of tar spots to remove, the front of car being the worst. There's some of the rear, but it's not really that bad to be fair. The interior is probably my biggest concern to be fair, as I know this material on these seats are notorious for the stains not to be the easiest to get out. The steering wheel is also pretty grubby and the gear gate is broken as well. So it's just a few things I need to address. The rear seats aren't really in that bad of a condition, so I'll give them a quick scrub and try and crack on elsewhere. So first of all, I'm going to give these wheels a quick clean, give the bodywork a really good wash because that's just absolutely grubby in there. And look, the difference is day and night really. It took me 10 minutes to wash, so now I'm going to start on the interior and hopefully get rid of some of these stains. I'm just using some stain remover and a drill brush attachment, and as you can see it's not made a world of difference whatsoever. So I'm going to tackle the tar spots using some tar and glue remover. So I'll give it a quick once over and then probably give it a second coating on just to see how it turns out. So this is before and obviously this is just after, and it's made quite a bit of difference to be fair. It's not too bad, so I'm going to go over again with some more shortly, but I just found some used wheel centre caps online and it makes the world of difference again. It just makes that car stand out a little bit more, doesn't look too kind of tacky. And yeah, so on to the rear bumper, and the toe-eye cover's missing. And there we go, another job from eBay. MOT also passed as well, which is the one advisory, which I'll address. So I'm just tackling the interior again, and I can't seem to get these stains out whatsoever, even using my trusty little, kind of Fax spot wash with this attachment. Scrub the door cut down as well, and address this broken steering gaiter. So I've already bought one from eBay. Now the wet vacs removes some of the stains, but it still looks pretty horrendous really, so I'm going to have to address this at some point. I've even gone over again with some stain removal. I mean, look at the back of that doesn't look the greatest. Gone over again with a drill brush, and again, hasn't made a blind bit of difference in my eyes. So I'm going to crack on with the steering wheel now instead. As you can see, it's pretty grubby, but it should be fairly easy to get off. So just using this pink grapefruit disinfectant spray with a magic sponge, and it looks a whole lot better already. I still need to go over it again, but I'll do that shortly. I'm just going to address the gear gaiter. I've popped it over the top, and yeah, it just makes the whole car inside look a lot better as well. And I've finished off doing the steering wheel as well. So again, it just makes it look a hell of a lot cleaner. So that's some of the jobs done. I wanted to take some pictures over the weekend, so due to time restraints, I took it to my local place where I usually take pictures in an abandoned industrial unit, just to take some external pictures really. So I still have plans for the rear bumper and the seats, but you can't really notice it that much in this light to be fair. So I thought it's probably the best opportunity I've got for another week to take pictures and post it for sale once I've got all the little jobs out of the way with. So I've decided to get rid of these seats and change the seats entirely. I've just bought some new ones, not new, but second hand from eBay, from a 13 plate convertible with half leather, whole set for 50 quid. So for the life of me, I just could not get these stains out. I've drill brushed them, gone over with a wet vac, and no luck whatsoever. They just look hideous. So yeah, that's my job for this afternoon. So to remove these seats, you slide the seats all the way back, and it's just a couple of bolts either side, one there and one there. Not entirely sure what size that is. It's kind of a large, thicker kind of Allen key which fits in pretty easy. So yeah, I'm going to do this now. Can't hold the phone and do it at the same time, so let's see how I get on. So you got one at the back there, and you got two down there, but apparently that one doesn't come out all the way, so it just kind of stays in there. Also forgot to mention, disconnect the battery as well, otherwise you have all sorts of issues with the ECU, thinking, you know, airbags have gone off and all sorts, so you should just disconnect the battery when you're taking out seats, really. So that's all the screws done. You've got 3 points under there you need to unplug. One's for the airbag, one for the seat belt, and I believe the other one is for the seat pressure sensor. So they're all done. I think they're clipped in with a cable tie, so I'm going to have to snip them off. And what I thought was another screw was actually the bit where the seat sits on, so you don't need to touch that one whatsoever. So yeah, let's see how we get on. Well, there's one seat out. Also gives me a bit of a chance to give it a good clean there as well. Might start doing this in future, you know, taking seats out of cars just to give it a full kind of detail on the inside. So now to crack on with that one, and then I can do the back bench as well. That's both of the front seats out now. It was just the 2 sensors to unplug, one for the airbag and one for the seat belt. Because on the passenger side you have got a pressure sensor if you've got something on the front seat and it's not wearing a seat belt. So now to figure out how to take this out. So yeah, wish me luck. Top tip, when you're doing jobs like these, always check that you've got the tools to hand. So I'm guessing that's probably a 16mm. My socket set only goes up to 14, so yeah, nowhere near big enough. So I think what I might do is still chuck the new front seats in, so I'm not putting the old ones back in now, and then yeah, put them in another time. Give this a quick hoover though, so let's see what they look like with the new seats in. Well, at least it's giving me a chance to give it a quick hoover. Well, I couldn't get to it before, so like I said, I might start taking the seats out more often and just being a bit more thorough from now on, really. So yeah, happy with that. Time to work out how I'm going to do these seats here, because obviously I've got a bigger tour, so I think these rear seats might have to stay in for the time being, and I'll just have to buy some new tools. So yeah, let's get cracking with fitting these new seats. So here's my boot full of goodies. So yeah, even these need cleaning up, but obviously I'm hoping they clean up a lot better than the ones I've got in there. So let's see how they look. That's the front seats in. I'm absolutely shattered. Not used to this manual labour malarkey. Just turned on the engine just to make sure there's no airbag, warning lights or anything. I have to plug it all in. Just got to repair that at some point, and get the. I mean, I might just leave that because it matches that. So I might just sell the rear seats as they are, as I can't get them off. Just try and kind of scrub up that. I mean, I have got a door card for that, but it just seems so much hassle taking that door card off for someone as inexperienced as me. So I'll just keep scrubbing it, I think. Yeah, and see what I can do. But really pleased with the seats, especially with the 500 logo in the back of the seats as well. I mean, they're dirty, but they're a lot cleaner than what the other ones were, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm hoping that should be a good little selling point, really. So yeah, let's wait and see. So out with the old, and with the new. So yeah, new bumper, almost done. Now to give this a really good polish all over. The bumper looks a lot better since I've changed it as well. no cracking or anything. You can't tell the difference whatsoever. So let's get cracking, give it a really good polish, make it, you know, as good as new really, and let's get it sold. That's a polishing all done on the little Fiat. The paint isn't that, you know, doesn't really bring up the paint that much compared to black cars and darker cars. I mean, I'm going to go over this Fiesta shortly, but it does look a lot better. I've done the wheels, dressed the tyres, done the windows, literally got a few in about 10 minutes or so, so that's perfect timing. So yeah, like I said, hopefully it's a quick seller. I haven't got it for sale on Auto Trader just yet. Thought I'd test the waters with Facebook, and yeah, let's see how it goes. Well, that's a little Fiat 500 sold. A local couple who wanted either a Fiat 500 or a Ford KA for their daughter who just passed their driving test a week before. So it was going to be quite a nice surprise for her, really. This was only advertised for a couple of days, so before they reached out through Facebook Marketplace. We arranged a viewing the following day, and upon arriving, the dad was really impressed with the presentation. As he said, he's seen quite a few recently that weren't in the best condition. So yeah, after going around the car and checking all the bits and bobs for any faults, he took it for a quick spin just to make sure it drove okay. When he returned from the test drive, he commented on how solid it felt and how comfortable the new seats I'd installed felt as well. So yeah, straight away I knew he'd be interested, and he made me a cheeky offer of £2,500. Bearing in mind I had it advertised at £2,950. So I told him I couldn't go anywhere near that, unfortunately. Mainly because there was literally no reason to go that low, to justify coming down that low. So yeah, after a bit of to and fro-in, we finally kind of agreed a deal at £2,800, which I still think is a very fair price. As it's just been serviced, it comes with 12 months MOT, which is 533, because I got the rear subframe coated. And yeah, you know, I think he got a bit of a bargain there, really. Also, as the Bluetooth didn't work great at all, so I had it disconnected because it was draining the battery, and the radio signal was very poor. I also chucked in a free Bluetooth FM transmitter, which works really well actually. I've tested it on my phone, and you can play your music, radio, whatever you want through your phone, and it comes out as normal through the speakers. So yeah, upon agreeing a price, we shook hands, filled out the paperwork, transferred the funds, and he was soon on his way home to surprise his daughter with a new car. They have actually been looking at a few cars, so it's always quite nice to sell a car to someone who's actually been car shopping and they choose your car to buy, just because it kind of gives you a bit of reassurance that you're doing something right, really. So let's go through the final figures. So I originally bought the Fiat 500 for £1,284.50. That included fees and delivery from British Car Auctions. I bought a new tow eye cover, which was pointless in the end, for £7.85. I paid £17 for paint. Again, another pointless purchase. I paid £7.19 for a new gear gaiter, £30 for new wheel centre caps, £50 on a new MOT, £30 and a penny on service bits, £43 in total on fuel, £150 spent on the service bits being fitted, but also disconnecting the Bluetooth and having the rear subframe treated as well. New seats just cost £50 from eBay, which I think was a bit of a bargain. And finally, a second-hand bumper cost £114. All of this comes to a grand total of £1,791.45, which, you know, considering I've had to get quite a few bits for it, I don't think it's a bad price at all, really. So yeah, having sold the little Fiat for £2,800, I made a total profit of £1,008.55, which I think is a fantastic result. These figures, obviously, they don't, you know, kind of include deducting tax, VAT, and any other expenses. I kind of do all that at the end of the year. So yeah, these figures are for the purpose of this video, really. So finally, let's go through the figures of how much I made per hour on a kind of rough basis. So I didn't have to collect it as I chose to have it delivered, so that saved me a few hours. So I spent 3 hours in total washing and polishing the car, 2 hours travelling to get the seats, another 2 hours travelling to get the bumper, an hour to fit the seats, and an hour to fit the bumper, and another hour just taking pictures and advertising it. This came to a grand total of 10 hours, so it's pretty simple. It works out just over £100 an hour, which is brilliant. So £1,008.55 divided by 10 is £100.85 per hour. And again, considering there's quite a lot of work to kind of put into it, it isn't really that bad at all. So yeah, that concludes another video. I'm always flipping cars, so I'm hoping to bring out new videos at least every 2 weeks. So I've got some more in the pipeline. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed it. Feel free to drop any comments, questions. I will get back to you practically on the same day if I'm around. And yeah, see you in the next one.